This is my 300 days old dinosaur world, and so far I have a giant base filled with different kinds of dinosaurs, but I want to revive more rare dinos, collect all the prehistoric plants, and create the ultimate dinosaur habitats within 100 days. It's day 301 and I want to get more rah-rahs. I mean dinosaurs. Look at all these cute rah-rahs. And the easiest way to get more dinosaurs is to check out my automatic sifter farm, and this one gives me a bunch of fossils. Let's put them into the rah-rah dinosaur analyzer, and then it's gonna do its thing. And while I wait, I'm gonna harvest more food, because I kinda ate everything I had during the last 100 days. And of course it rained on the very first day back in the dino world. I wish my dinosaurs could kill the rain. But now I have several stacks of food again. And now let's check if we got some more dino DNA. The analyzer has finished. Oh my gosh. Some we already have. And some I really wanted. Now I just have to decide which one of these I'm gonna get first. I kinda wanna get the Therizinosaurus. I actually have a giant fossil of this guy on top of my starter house. And it looks really cool. So imagine how cool it would be if this dinosaur was actually real. So let's bring it back to life. It also has giant fingers, which is super creepy. And while I wait, I'm gonna feed all of my cute dinosaur friends, and also the creepy dinosaurs like Mr. Rah-Rah the Mosasaurus. He's creepy. And then the dinosaur egg was ready. Let's hatch it. It do be shaking. Oh my gosh. Here we go. Look at this little guy. You want all of this food? It's an herbivore. It doesn't have long fingernails yet, but soon it will. It's a tamed male that needs a name starting with a T. I will name him Timothy. Timmy for short. Then Timmy and I played with the laser pointer for a while, but I also came up with a really cool idea for his dinosaur home. So far we have so many different enclosures for the dinosaurs, but what if we combine dinosaur home with useful farms? And one of the important things I need right now is homes for my villagers. Hello, you're in a hole and you trade garbage. I hope my villagers won't die to this dinosaur, but he's also stuck on the wall, so the villagers probably have a chance. This base is also completely full, and I want to access all of this new land behind my base. And we can actually make an easy road leading to it, because we can just break the wall of Daisy's enclosure. Let's make a fence gate, and then we just connect the road. And we also need to terraform everything. But first I need to go to my XP farm, because my shovel is almost broken. And on the next day, all of my tools were mended. And then I spent the rest of the day digging up dirt and creating a flat area. And my little village is gonna go on this side. Yes, I'm so making a village. Now we just need a lot of resources. And for that I'm gonna go to the jungle, chop down a bunch of these big trees using the tree chop mod, so it's very simple. But I also need jungle leaves, die scaly. And the last thing I need is tons of bamboo. On the next day I continued gathering resources in the jungle, and also met a really cute little panda. But then it was time to go back home, especially because my elytra is about to break, so we really need mending and unbreaking villagers. And now I just have to craft all of the resources. I also want to use one of the modded prehistoric wood types, so let's grow these beautiful palm trees and let's chop them down. But on the next day it was finally time to start building. I'm gonna build several small village houses made of stripped jungle wood and jungle planks, which I'm gonna decorate with a bunch of bamboo wood, and of course the roof is also gonna be bamboo and palm wood. Now we've got the first house right here, and I think it's looking really cool. On the next day I built another villager house. I wanted it to look different from the first one, but of course still have the same block palette. But so I can call this area a little settlement and not just two houses next to each other, we need a third house. It's going to be the tiniest village made of 3 little cottages. And now this is looking really cute. I just need to spam a bunch of flowers in these boxes, and maybe we could also add 1 or 2 hanging flower pots, and then we can start moving in the villagers so we can get a head start on trading. But first I need to check on Timmy, because I don't want him to starve before I finish his home. Oh my gosh, Timmy! Look at this guy. He's almost bigger than me already. And he's going back into the wall. Oh, look at him eat. He's spilling food everywhere. Food is best enjoyed messily. I'll be back soon, Timmy. First, I need to torture some villagers. Hello. Let's just take them, thanks to the carry mod. And then I'm gonna walk them over to their new home. I'm going to have one house for the farmers, and it's going to be this one with this beautiful barn roof. The problem is that these villagers will always try to escape. He's escaping already. No, he's going back. Good villager. Close the door behind you. The way he hurt me. Oh my gosh, he's so creepy. Anyway, I don't want them to escape, so I made them a little home within the house. Yeah, it's literally a prison. Teehee. The most important thing is getting a mending and unbreaking villager, so I'm gonna steal more of these guys. I'm scared, and there are creepy things in the river, like the Liapleurodon. Oh my gosh, look at this guy. It's just swimming there. This building over here is going to be the village library, and I'm also gonna trap these guys in here. I'm also going to need a bunch of lecterns. I made 1. Yay. I think I can easily get more by going to the end portal room, but not to go to the end, because the end is creepy, and this room is also creepy, and I need to go and find a library. Does anybody live here? I hope not. The real question is why somebody would have a creepy underground library. They also have have a prison here. This is where the villagers should live. Just kidding. Hello? I found it! Books. We got all the books. They're all mine. And I'm also gonna take all of these cobwebs. And I got even luckier because I found a chest full of incredible loot. And now let's get out of this creepy crawly place because something has just started creeping and crawling. Ooh, loot chest. Diamonds! Dude, there's no way I just found diamonds. I'm not sharing them. Guys, I think I'm lost in here. Ooh, gold. Yay, I found it again. Home sweet home. And now I can craft tons of bookshelves and a lot of lecterns. Then we can add all of the workstations for the trading, but also use the bookshelves to decorate the house a little bit. Now this looks much better. Let's try to get more villagers as a nice emerald source. This guy is just stuck in his cow pen. Don't worry, I will rescue you. Only to put you in another prison. Villagers do not have it easy in this world. And also my elytra broke, so now I have to walk. I also need to get an easy emerald source, so now I'm gonna have 2 farmers living in here. I've already maxed out this guy, but I have high hopes for this one here, once he actually takes the job. 10 years later, yay, he finally took the job, and even trades carrots. Let's go. And the best thing is that I don't even have to farm all of the carrots and potatoes, because the sifter farm just produces them for me. So I have an automatic food farm, which means unlimited emeralds for me. Then I spent some time rolling villager trades. Yes, mending! Only 12 emeralds. Let's put it on my wings, and let's repair them at my XP farm. And now I can finally fly again. I kidnapped another villager, and on the next day I tried to get an unbreaking trader. 36 emeralds. Scammers. But now I finally have mending and unbreaking on my rar elytra. That's what it's gonna be called. Rar. I also moved the other 2 librarians that I had in my wall into the 3rd house over here. And then I had 1 spot left in the library, and I put a little child here. I just have to wait for it to grow up, and it desperately wants to get out. Awkward. I also got even more mending books. Now my gear is never going to break, but Timmy here is probably going to break my bones if I don't let him out of his enclosure soon. He's so creepy. I just started raiding. I can command him to follow me using a stick, so now he can follow me with his long fingernails that have started growing. Please don't kill me. Now he can chill by the village with his fingernails, and I'm gonna get more resources to turn these 3 houses into an actual enclosure. I mostly need a bunch of stone and andesite from the scary caves, and I also need tons of oak leaves, and I also needed a bunch of gravel from the ocean, so I can craft tons of coarse dirt. Now I'm gonna use my stony blocks to create an organic wall all around the village. We've got a mix of a bunch of stony blocks, and I also added some leaves. Then we can add a path going into the village, and of course a fence gate. And now this guy here can roam freely. I also added a little fence arch over the entrance, and then we can add the village name, the Therizino village, because the Therizinosaurus lives here. Imagine you're living in this village and you're locked in your houses forever, and then there's just a giant dinosaur in your walls, and you can hear him going rawr. Good that Timmy is an herbivore. On the next day I made a big road which I decorated with a lot of coarse dirt, and then I added a lot of grass on top of it to make it seem more overgrown. Although I think Timmy might eat all of this grass because he's an herbivore, so he can just take my leaves and my grass. Let's give him his little dinosaur feeder, so now he can eat from here. He will probably eat my house decor. Then I'm gonna give him a nice pond so he has something to drink, and I think it looks really nice. Then Timmy is also gonna get a little dinosaur toy so he can sharpen his long fingernails on this. And this mess of coarse dirt on the ground is where he's going to sleep. I think he likes it. Nope, he's going on the table. Do you have no table manners? Now the enclosure is done, and I think it's looking really good. And at the same time, we have a bunch of homes for my villagers. And this guy has finally grown up, so we can get the last villager trait I wanted. On the next day, I finally got the right enchant, Feather Falling. And of course, I need Feather Falling 4, so we need to buy 2 of these books, which means I need to get tons of emeralds. So I'm gonna mine out a bunch of dirt far away from my base where nobody can see the mess. And then we can fire up the good old sifter farm again. And then we're gonna get even more carrots and potatoes. And while I wait, I actually need to add something really important to Timmy's enclosure, or more like to the outside of his enclosure. I need to add his dinosaur fossil. This is the one, and now let's make it grow. This is how big Timmy is gonna be, and he also escaped from his enclosure. Then I finally got tons of carrots and potatoes, and now I can finally buy my Feather Falling books. Let's get Feather Falling 4, and now I will never fall off high buildings again. I mean, I probably will, but I won't take as much damage from doing it. Yay! I usually would have died from that, but I didn't. Speaking of dying, I need to feed my hungry dinosaurs, and then I need to revive a new dinosaur. I'm gonna get one of these dinosaurs, but I won't tell you which one. No spoilers. It's now in there coming back to life, and I'm gonna go dirt mining underground while I wait. And now the egg is ready. Maybe you already know what it is based on the little texture on the egg, but still no spoilers. The mystery, the anticipation. I know what it is, but you don't. Haha. It's almost ready. Coming to the world. Yay! Now you know what it is. Look at this little guy. It's a Triceratops. Hello. It's a tame female, and we need to give her a name with a T. I think I'm gonna name her Trixie. Look at this tiny little baby dinosaur. And Trixie's home is gonna hold one of the most important farms that I'm gonna need in this world. We're gonna automate all of this sugarcane so I can use it to craft rockets. I already have tons of gunpowder from the mob farm, so we just need the sugarcane so I can fly anywhere I want. One thing I need for the farm is observers, so I have to go to the Nether to get quartz. Why is it loading so long? Hello? What? What the heck? Pete? Pete, is that you? Why is he in the Nether? Are you dying? No, he's just sleeping. Please go back home. Can I go through like this? Yes. Why did the portal come out here? I didn't even know that my dinosaur escaped and went to the Nether. He belongs in his home right here. Don't ever escape again. He's still sleeping. I think he's traumatized from the Nether. Anyway, let's make a huge mess of the Nether because this place hurt my poor little dinosaur friend. Stupid, horrible Nether. I'm gonna take all of this quartz and I'm gonna fortune mine all of this quartz, but it kind of looks like raw meat, so I'm gonna do it in Alistair's pen because he likes looking at raw meat. Look at this Alistair. Yummy, yummy. He loves it a lot. Or he's planning to kill me. I can never tell. And now I'm back to terraforming the area, and while I destroy all of this landscape, I want to ask you guys what kind of 100 days videos you prefer in the future. Should I just play for 100 days and then start new worlds with new mods? Or should I do it like in this dinosaur world and play for several hundreds of days? Now the area next to Timmy's village is nice and flat. All of my tools are repaired too, and I'm gonna start crafting up all the redstone I need for the farm. The farm's gonna go right here in this little hill, so let's add a bunch of observers leading into a chest, then mud on top of that. I'm also gonna add stairs filled with water behind it because sugarcane can only grow when there's water. Then we'll add a row of pistons, observers, and of course lots of redstone. Then we can finally add all of the sugarcane, and so it doesn't fly everywhere, we add glass in front of it. When the sugarcane grows 3 blocks high, the pistons will be activated. And because the mud is 1 pixel shorter than any other block, it's gonna go right through it, into the hoppers, and then into the chest. And because 1 farm module isn't enough, I'm gonna build another one right next to it. Also, something has died here. I killed it. And now it's raining. I deserve that for killing the sheep. The weather is awful, but my sugarcane farm is done. I also want to build a pretty house around it, which means many stacks of palm wood. On the next day, I went to a faraway forest to chop down a bunch of oak trees. Then I took a little break from resource grinding to check up on Trixie, and she has grown really big. Stop eating the leaves on the floor. She's already starting to grow horns, and her coloring is really cool. And now the last place we have to go is the warp forest and the stinky Nether. Let's do this really fast. I love the tree chop mod. Ah! I heard something. Oh, look at this guy with his soulless eyes. Please die. Thank you. Yeet the child. I got a bunch of warped stems, so let's get out of this stinky place. I hate the Nether. Now I have a chest full of these warts, and I don't know what to do with it. Wait, can I feed them to my dinosaurs? No, that would have been funny though. I crafted up all my warp wood, but this building isn't going to be a Nether house. We're gonna start with a bunch of spruce wood pillars, and I'm so glad that I now have feather falling. And in between that, we can have palm wood as the walls, but I'm also going to mix in some birch wood. Now it looks like some parts of the wall have been altered by the direct sunlight. The question is, did the sun bleach the wood or turn it yellow? But it looks nice, so let's decorate it by adding windows and a lot of spruce wood. I crafted some window shutters out of warp wood, and I have this really cool wavy texture. I also planted a bunch of flowers and added some oak lattices as decor. And now all we have left to do is build a beautiful roof out of warp wood. I almost never use the nether wood because it's so hard to get, but it's actually so worth it for this beautiful house. It's just missing one thing: a giant dinosaur skeleton on the roof. I think this is the one, the Triceratops skeleton. Oh my gosh, why is it so big? Oh yeah, now this is what I call a really cool building. I also want to decorate this building on the inside and add a nice floor made of stripped warp wood. Then I'm also going to decorate the farm itself using spruce wood. I think this is a big improvement, and I also added a little table and chairs. And I always forget about the cool modded decor that we can use. Now that I have a sugarcane farm, we can craft infinite amounts of books, which means we can craft the book stack. No shelf organization. Oh my gosh, look at me, I'm holding the book. I literally love books and I love reading. I'm like the biggest bookworm that ever wormed. That sounds gross, but look at this, book stacks. Oh my gosh, there's more. I can sit here and write my book, and then maybe a big book stack up here, and a little spruce picture frame. It's a picture of the ocean. Also, Timmy has escaped his enclosure again, and I think he's fully grown because now he has this blue thing here. He's just standing there with his long fingernails. Hello, Timmy. That reminds me, Timmy's enclosure has a bunch of library buildings full of librarians, and they need more book stacks. Books everywhere. I love it. We can also leave one out here for Timmy so he can write in his diary. It will go something like, "Dear diary, today I said rar. Then I sharpened my long fingernails and imagined impaling somebody on them. I'm scared." But before I spend a whole hour obsessing about books, let's just finish Trixie's enclosure and make a nice oak wall around it. I also added some oak planks and slabs into the mix, and we got a cute spruce gate with the name of the dinosaur. Now we'll just do a little more spamming of the leaves, digging of the path, or however you make a path, because all I do is violently beat up the ground with my shovel, and then the path is born. The path is gonna go around the building, and then I'm gonna link it up to the one over there. And inside of the enclosure, the path is gonna lead to a pond, and the pond will have water, because it's a pond. It also has a little dock and a bench. I also added some dinosaur toys, and of course the feeder. Let's add some seeds, and then let's go and get Trixie. Oh my gosh. Come on, Trixie, follow me. Yay, she's teleporting to me. This is where you're going to live. I also decorated the road leading to Trixie's home, and now this area with my 2 new enclosures is looking so good. Or should I say rah-rah? That doesn't make any sense. I just wanted to say rar. And the farm has actually started to produce sugarcane right in time because I'm out of rockets, but not anymore. And I'm gonna need them for the next thing I'm working on, because I need to decorate my nether portal. And what better way to decorate the nether portal than by putting a dinosaur enclosure around it? Now I just need to figure out what kind of dinosaur would like to live in a nethery environment. I feel like it would have to be someone scary like a carnivore. There's been one dinosaur fossil found near a volcano, which means that dinosaur probably liked the hot lava, or he died there. I think he died there. I need to get a Tyrannosaurus Rex. The DNA is actually super difficult to get, but I just had a big brain idea. During the first 100 days, I had a T-Rex haunt my base at night, and then I killed it brutally. And I actually still have its meat, which is kind of gross, but technically it's full of its DNA. So in theory, if we put it in the analyzer, we should be getting Tyrannosaurus DNA. It's doing something. I'm so big brain science person. Let's hope it worked. Oh my gosh, we got so much DNA. And then look at this one. We got it! Big brain moment. Time to revive the Tyrannosaurus Rex. This is gonna be so cool. It's day 333, and this T-Rex egg is just for me. Let's hatch this little guy. I don't know why I just dropped it, but that was funny. And with little guy, I mean giant apex predator. Yay! Here we go. Oh, aw. Look at this tiny little guy with this creepy eye. You want this meat? He's going in the wall. Why do they always go into the wall? It's a boy, and of course it's not tamed, because apex predators can only be tamed when they're grown up. Then I have to beat them up. He's so creepy, but I love him. Now we get to choose another name starting with a T. Oh my gosh, I just had a dumb idea. T-Rex. Like the tea you drink. You're gonna be the T-Rex. Oh my gosh. I just wanted to walk to my nether portal, and Timmy is just sitting there with his fingernails. This is like a horror film. Stop appearing randomly. Just sit there, and I don't want to think about fingernails any longer. I'm scared. Time to go to the scary nether, because I'm gonna need a bunch of resources for the T-Rex enclosure. We're gonna have such a nice tea party. Not really though. Where am I? I'm gonna need to gather a bunch of this basalt. Now let's hope I won't fall into lava. I almost fell into this. I mined out all of this without a single lava accident, but now I'm also going to need a bunch of blackstone. Then I need to go on a quick break and kill all of these pigs so they don't kill me first. Come back here. Come back here. I'm gonna get ya. I'm gonna get ya! Yay, I now have golden pants. Now they will no longer fight me. Oh man, I kinda wanted to fight them. Then I also need magma blocks, but I don't want to take them from next to the lava. I guess. I found more magma blocks. Perfect. Ah! Let's leave before I die and lose all of my stuff. Home sweet home. Please don't be nighttime when I return. It's nighttime. I survive. Have I mentioned that I hate the nether? I hate the nether. Let's see how the tiny little Rara is doing. He's still creepy. Let's go to the mesa, because this place here actually has an active volcano, which is kind of creepy, and there's also lava at the top. But it also has this area full of volcanic ash, and I actually want to use this for my build. This place also has this really cool volcanic rock, and I'm also going to use that for the T-Rex enclosure. I may or may not be making a volcano. I'm making a volcano. I've got lots of resources, but while I'm here, I think I want to steal some lava from the volcano, because I bet this entire thing is filled with lava. Oh yeah, it is. Now the lava is mine. On the next day, I realized I forgot something really important in the mesa, so I went right back and jumped into the ocean. Whee! The mesa is a warm biome, which means there should be a warm ocean and hopefully a coral reef somewhere nearby. Yay, there's one, a super tiny one. But that's gonna be enough, because I just need to silk touch mine all of these corals. It will make sense later. This peaceful area of herbivores is gonna get a nice volcanic T-Rex enclosure next to it. But first I need to get rid of this hill, and also ask Timmy with his long fingernails to stop escaping and go back to his enclosure. Instead of terraforming, I made a big mess, and there's also a creepy cave here. And then I'm gonna try to build a nice volcano. Now we just have to go upwards, but not in a straight line. It's gonna get smaller and smaller. Right now it's just a big blob of volcanic rock, and it also has a little entrance, because this is where the nether portal is going to go. Let's add all of the obsidian. Yay! I got a new portal. portal. This one is at a better location than the other one too. On the next day, I covered up the annoying cave in front of my volcano, and then I'm gonna add a bunch of magma blocks around it, and I also burned my toes on them several times. Now we can fly to the top of the volcano, and this is where I'm going to place all of the lava. I intentionally put walls and slabs on this volcano to guide the lava so it just flows down over here, and then into a little lava lake surrounded by the magma blocks. I just need to get more lava. Hello Nether, you are creepy. Ah, I almost found the lava. And now we add all of this in here. Ow! And the volcano portal is looking really cool. The next step is building a wall around this volcano using basalt and polished basalt. The wall looks really good, but the inside doesn't look very nethery or volcanic. First I want to make a path, but of course not out of path blocks because that doesn't really fit the area, so I'm gonna make it out of deepslate. Then we could add all of this volcanic ash around it. I also added a bunch of gravel, blackstone, and some patches of smooth basalt. Now this place looks like a scorched, barren wasteland, but something is still missing, like the remains of a dead creature. Now we got a nice ribcage sticking out of the ground. We can also add some skull blocks, so something has actually died here. And also skull lanterns, so the monsters don't spawn. But of course I also got all of these corals, so we're gonna scatter them around the place, because they're gonna wither and decay. And then they look like dead bushes. Before I can let the T-Rex into this place, I also need to make sure he cannot go into the nether. And I also don't want him to die in the magma block, so I'm just gonna put a little fence around it. And now the volcanic enclosure is finished. Let's see how the T-Rex is doing. Ugh! He's creepy. He's a vicious feral predator and he's coming with me. Home sweet home. Enjoy this beautiful volcanic base. I just had a really cool idea on where to put his giant dinosaur fossil. I moved this thing to the top of the volcano. Okay, this is like beyond legendary. Look at this. If he was still alive, he would go rawr. But this tiny guy is alive and he can go rawr. On the next day, I decorated the road to the T-Rex enclosure and also paid a visit to Trixie, who turned into a giant dinosaur. Look at her friendly eyes. His eyes, on the other hand, look like he wants to kill you and skin you alive. Now that one of the most dangerous dinosaurs is growing up in my base, I think I need to get stronger. I already have fully enchanted diamond armor, but I can actually upgrade that armor. And we can do that by getting netherite, which means going to the nether. So great. I've always wanted to go to the nether. We actually need to find the netherite upgrade template, which means we have to go to a bastion. I don't think I've ever gotten the netherite upgrade template by myself. Not even in my 1500 days old forever world. Hi pig, please die. Let's go in and hope we don't lose everything. Those were the days where I said rawr. Wee. Oh, hi. You guys want to kill me? I almost fell in the lava. Ooh. Ah! I got ancient debris, but I don't have the upgrade template. I bet it's somewhere up there, where this guy lives. Let's show this brutal guy that I'm even more brutal. There they are. Oh, gonna kill you from over here, if that's okay with you. Go away. Be gone. Goodbye. Ooh. No upgrade template. Please be in this chest. No! Does that mean I have to search the entire stupid bastion? There was a brute, but there also was a chest. Goodbye. Pro strategy. Don't let them reach you. Now let's see what's in here. Yes! The netherite upgrade template. And now I'm going back home before I die. I was not scared. It's nighttime. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I just survived the bastion, but I'm scared of nighttime in the overworld. The fear of a creeper exploding my beautiful builds is way bigger than the fear of dying to a piglin brute. We got the upgrade template, so now it's netherite mining time. First I need to fly to the desert, and then I'm gonna mine as much of the sand as I can. Now we take the sand and some gunpowder and make TNT. And now we go back to the nether. There's no lava on my head or I'm gonna be dead. And I've made it to Y level 15, the perfect level to find ancient debris. And the lava almost got me, but I was faster. And now we place all of the TNT. Slide the TNT, block the wall and run away. Yay! Ah! Yes. Nice big boom boom. Is there any ancient debris here? Yay! I found it! I found it, but I need a lot more to put it on my armor. I see more over there. Mine, 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 mine. I got 4 ancient debris, which is enough for 1 armor piece, so we need to get more. Yay! Explosions! Exploding the rest of the TNT only gave me 1 single ancient debris. Oh my gosh, I almost died. Let's get out of here. Now we can already smelt all the ancient debris, and I'm gonna get more gunpowder from my mob farm. And then it's TNT time once again. This time I got 2.5 stacks, so back to the nether we go. I proceeded to explode everything in the nether, collecting more and more ancient debris. I always thought getting netherite was way too much work, but now that I can craft a bunch of TNT, it's actually really easy. But I definitely wouldn't want to try this in the early game without a mob farm or enchanted tools. I exploded tunnels in every single direction, and I'm completely and utterly lost in them. But I got 24 ancient debris, so I need to quickly get out of here before I die in lava and lose all of my stuff. I finally found the staircase staircase to the top so we can leave the stinky nether times behind us. Hello, T-Rex. Thank you for guarding the portal and please don't kill me. And exploding the nether actually got me a bunch of gold nuggets so we can craft those into ingots because I need to combine those with the netherite scraps into an ingot. Let's see how many netherite ingots we're gonna get in total. 7 netherite ingots. That's enough for my armor. Now we gotta craft a smithing table, but we also have to duplicate the smithing template. Oh my gosh, I need so many diamonds. My diamonds. But it's gonna be worth it because now it's time to get some netherite. I don't need to do the chestplate because I'm wearing the elytra anyway, but look at this, netherite armor. I still have 4 ingots left, which means I can put them on all of my tools. I just need to get more diamonds. But before I hit the mines, I'm gonna add more dirt to my sifter farm because when I'm back, I wanna get more dinosaurs because rah. I'm gonna go into my favorite fossil mining cave because most of the cave here is lit up. I did not bring my chestplate or my shield. Let's go down into this ravine and it leads to a giant cave. Scary, scary, scary. Oh my gosh. The first diamonds. And there are more diamonds down there and there's a creeper. Hi, creatures. Don't look at me, don't look at me. More diamonds. Mine. There are so many diamonds in this cave. Please die. Goodbye. Die already. More diamonds. I also forgot my bow from Minecraft. Ooh, lava. Ooh. Ah! Diamonds! Ooh, I see more diamonds. Die! Diamond! Ah, don't explode my diamonds. I have 19 diamonds. Let's leave. After I mine these diamonds. Yay, I survived the caves! And home we go. Having an elytra makes caving so much easier. And I'm gonna mine the 20 diamond ore with my Fortune 3 pickaxe. I got 48 diamonds. Dude, that was so good. Now we can craft even more upgrade templates. And then we put netherite on all of our tools. Everything we have is now netherite. Even I am made of netherite. Just kidding. I also put some more dinosaur fossils on the analyzer. And guess what I got? This guy. The Parasauro, however you pronounce it. Sounds like a freaking parasol. I actually have the skeleton displayed in my base. And look at this cool thing. I'm not even gonna think about it. I'm just gonna bring it back to life. But next to getting a new dinosaur, I also need to get every single one of the prehistoric plants. Because I want to display all of these in a giant greenhouse. And also somehow turn the greenhouse into a home for this guy. That greenhouse is gonna need 17 stacks of glass. Yay. So I'm gonna be doing a whole lot of sand shoveling with my cool new netherite shovel. I bet it's such a normal thing to have netherite, but I literally never get it. So now I'm flexing it. And now all of the sand is mine. My precious. Then I'm also gonna grab a bunch of this lava because that's the perfect fuel source to smelt all of the sand. And while I wait, I'm gonna gather more resources, which is of course more spruce wood. I also need to mine out some more mud. Then we need to harvest some crops. And then I craft that into packed mud and mud bricks. Oh, and I almost forgot, I need to get my dinosaur egg. But I'm not going to hatch it just yet. First I need to get more resources. I also went back to the little desert island because I saw so many azalea trees here. So we could just shear them and use them in our greenhouse. Most of the sand is ready too. And of course it needs to be white stained glass because that looks so much better. And today's day 350, which means halfway through the 100 days again. And today I get to do a bunch of terraforming again. Yay! But I also want to check if the T-Rex has grown up yet. Where's the T-Rex? Where'd it go? I think I found him. It's not this cow. He's over there. Hello? I think he's fully grown and he's also creepy. I think I should tame him before he kills any of my dinosaurs. To tame him, I need a scarab gem. And then I need to fight him until he's almost dead. I think he's stuck under this tree. Now's my chance. I'm really sorry, Mr. T. I'm really sorry. He wants to... Oh, he's too slow. Aw, too slow. Okay, that's mean. I'm really sorry. No, don't die. Yay! Now he is reborn, and I can ride him. Let's click on him. I'm riding on the king of dinosaurs. Ooh, ah. I fell down a hole with the king of dinosaurs. But look at this. It looks so cool. And I thought I would just be terraforming on day 350. Don't escape again. Okay, but now I have to go back to terraforming with this guy watching me creepily. On the next day, I finished up working on the terrain. I also marked the location where I want the greenhouse to go. And the T-Rex has been watching me the entire time. But I think what he actually wants is this sheep. Take the sheep. Hey, Mr. T. Mr. T. Oh, what did I just do? I put the sheep on his back. I'm sorry, Mr. T. There seems to be something attached to your back. I'm gonna have to surgically remove it. Ha! Yes. Why are there always so many cursed things happening in the dinosaur world? But now it's finally time to start building my greenhouse using a bunch of glass. I wasn't kidding, the whole thing is literally glass, which looks weird, so I brought a bunch of spruce wood to decorate the entire thing. We're gonna have some fences going down, and up here a little trim made of trapdoors and stairs. I also added leaves and lattices, and I think that looks really good. But we can do even more than that and add a bunch of flower boxes on here. I mean, that already looks really good, but of course we need to fill all of these flower boxes with a bunch of greenery. Luckily for me, I know a nice meadow that has a bunch of these yellow and white flowers. But next to it, there's also a beautiful flower forest and these two perfectly circular holes next to each other. This place here has even more beautiful flowers. I want to have a different mix in every flower box, which means it's going to be really colorful. Look at all of these flowers. I think this looks really nice, but I got so distracted with flowers that I actually didn't finish the rest of the roof. So let's continue by adding more spruce wood. I basically added spruce wood that wraps around the building like a belt, holding it in place. And of course the azalea leaves have been spammed a lot. And this is what the giant greenhouse looks like from the outside. And on the inside we have 3 different kinds of rooms that we can decorate, which is good because there are around 20 prehistoric plants. So hopefully this is going to be enough space to display all of them. Every room is going to have these large raised flower beds, and I'm going to put trapdoors in front of them so you don't just see all of the coarse dirt on the side. And then the floor is going to be made of packed mud and mud bricks. Now we just need to get all of the plants in here. I already have a bunch of prehistoric plants in my chests, but these are only 8 out of the 20 that I need. So good that my sifter farm also gives me plant fossils. I have over 2 stacks of them. I already got some more plant spores, which we can bring back to life. Another prehistoric plant I already have is ancient fern. I actually have a giant farm full of these. On the next day I had to do a bunch of waiting around for plant fossils, so I decided it was the perfect time to hatch the Parasaurolophus, however you may pronounce that. Let's put it here. Wait a moment, I step away for 1 minute and there are pillagers? No, they broke my egg! How dare you? My poor dinosaur. It just wanted to be born. And the pillagers just wanted to have a nice fried egg. Any moment now. Yay! Look at this cute little guy! And she's going straight for the wall. She's an herbivore. I'm gonna name her Priscilla. Back to the plants, we also have the Cretaceous seeds, and it gives berries. We got an ancient berry bush. On the next day, I got even more cool new prehistoric plants, and one was literally just a little grass thing on the ground, but the other one was really cool. And then I got the message in chat that cultivation has failed, which means one of my cultivats exploded. Yes, it did. And when that happens, I'm getting a mutant plant. But now I have to make a new cultivat, and then we try again. This time, hopefully, without exploding. And on the next day I got the last plant I needed, which was a giant palm tree. Oh my gosh. And now this brings us up to 20 prehistoric plants, I think. Wait, let me count real quick. Now we have 3 rooms to fill with beautiful plants, and this room here is going to be the tropical room with all of the palm trees and whatever these are. They look tropical. And these two. These ones here look really cute too. And we have even more palm trees. But then of course we also have to add a sign with the name of the plant. And I managed to fit so many different kinds of plants in here, and I think it's looking really cool. And one of my favorites are of course these ones. And I also think the name sounds really cool and mythical. Then the central room here is gonna get all of the little bushes. And these ones here that look like a bonsai tree. But actually they're called Cephalochexus. I just love saying all these weird names. I also want to add the ancient fern here, but it can only grow when it's under leaves. So I'm just gonna add a line of trapdoors here and then leaves on top of it. Okay, let's see if it works. Yes, it does. That's good because I spammed a bunch of leaves in the ceiling. And we don't have that many plants left for the last room, so I also added a little pond here. And then we add these really cool flowers. And also my favorite kind of prehistoric plant. And on day 360, all of the greenhouse rooms were decorated. This is my own little botanical garden full of beautiful plants. And I can walk through here and read out all of the weird names. And I could also pick some berries off of these plants. And I wonder if my new dinosaur would want to eat them. You've grown up a bit. You want this? Nope. Why, Priscilla? Why do you not want to eat these beautiful red berries that look like they're poison for sure? I'm gonna try eating them. I just need to get hungry first. I will eat them. Yes, I didn't get poisoned. Now I just need to get Priscilla into her new home. The problem is I still haven't built her new home because I just built the greenhouse that's gonna be within her new home. And for that I'm going to need a bunch of stony blocks, and then I'm gonna add a big wall surrounding the front of the greenhouse. And now this place is large enough to fit a giant dinosaur because Priscilla is going to be huge, and she can already move in here while I decorate the rest of her home. And because this is kind of a botanical garden for all the prehistoric plants, I also want to plant some of the prehistoric trees, at least the ones that don't look super weird. Just a little group of the calamites trees, and then we also have the chordates trees. Okay, this is big. On the next day, I added a path and also spammed a bunch of coarse dirt and greenery on the ground. I'm also gonna plant some prehistoric flowers out here and then just spam bone meal, and then they're gonna spread everywhere. Now we have this lovely flower field over here, and then another one over here with a little pond. And now look at this whole area. It's so beautiful, except the mess of shulker boxes I left. Now we just have to link up this path to our main road up here. Let's add some fences and leaves to it. And the T-Rex is doing, I don't know what he's doing. And then I also need to add Priscilla's skeleton over here, which is always such a creepy thing to say. There we go. Now let's make it big. Now you can see why Priscilla would have a hard time fitting inside of the greenhouse. Another beautiful enclosure is completed. But I'm not done with the greenhouse just yet, because imagine how cool it would be if you came in here and there were little dinosaurs living amongst the plants. Did it just start raining as I said that? Yes, it did. And I actually do have DNA of a small dinosaur. It's called Ornitholestes, however you may say that. But it's ancient Greek for bird robber. So it's a bird that robs things. But it's also a dinosaur, and it needs to be brought back to life. But at the same same time, we also have this one here. I can also not say that name. Compsognathus bananas. And this one is also a small dinosaur. Let's try to get 2 of them so they can live together. Also, there's nothing like breeding your cows in your torture pen and then somebody's judging you hard from the sidelines. Let the XP you drop upon your death repair my wounded shovel. Anyway, check this out. 3 dinosaur eggs. And I'm gonna hatch all of them at the same time. We got this one here. Oh, it's so small because it's going to be a tiny dinosaur. And then these over here. Dude, they're really tiny. I'm so excited. I've never hatched this many dinosaurs all at once. It is shaking. And these ones are shaking too. Give me dinosaur. Yay, we got one. Are you gonna hatch too? Yes. Oh, they look like little birds. Where did this one go? It looks very deadly. I have a feeling it's a carnivore. It's a carnivore. I will name her Ophelia because of that Taylor Swift song that is stuck in my head. And these guys here are so small. And they're also carnivores. So these tiny little creatures are gonna eat lots of fresh meat. I'm gonna name these guys Selena and Cyrilla. And now we can grab them and then take them over to the greenhouse because their home is already finished. These tiny little birdies here are gonna live in the tropical room. And Ophelia goes into this room here. I also can't forget to give them a feeder and add lots of meat in there. She's going to sleep on her food. Look at her though, she's so cute, but also she has claws. But no claws frighten me after seeing these kinds of fingernails. We also still have the main room of the greenhouse, which could also get some new dinosaurs. And I know there are still 2 types of flying dinosaurs in this world, and one of them is this one here, the Dimorphodon. I just keep getting more and more dinosaurs. I hope they won't kill me. My sifter farm has also produced a whole shulker box full of carrots and potatoes again. So while I wait for the new dinosaurs to come to life, I'm gonna get emerald rich. I've got 50 emeralds, which I can now spend on golden carrots. Guys, I just wanted to check on the dinosaurs and something weird is in there. I got the DNA back, so I guess the cultivation has failed. It has teeth. Hello? Ah! It bites. Okay, I looked it up and it's called a Failuresaurus. It's a dinosaur that has failed. I don't know what to do with this thing. I mean, I guess in the end it's also a dinosaur deserving of a home. It's a living creature. We can't just let it die. Oh, look at you guys. Oh, it's making a slime trail. Where is it? Dude, these guys are more dangerous than the Tyrannosaurus and it can climb. Why did I let it out? Mr. Failuresaurus, come in here. Yes. No, don't climb. And now the thing is trapped once more. Ooh, am I getting free slime balls from these? Yay, free resources. That dinosaur is useful, so I need to give it a home. Let's quickly start crafting up all of the resources. Now we just need to find a good build location, and I think I want to do it somewhere nearby because I have no way of transporting this guy, so it will have to follow me. Creepy sneaky snake. There isn't a lot of space left around here, but there is this empty hill next to my aviary and next to this creepy guy who's stuck in the walls. Now we have this really nice empty spot, and I'm going to use all of these stony blocks to create a nice house wall. I'm also going to use a little bit of mossy cobblestone to make it look like inside of a monster dungeon because the Failuresaurus is making zombie noises, so it made me think of a zombie XP farm. It kind of looks like a creepy ruin, so let's make it better and add a deep slate roof. Then we can also add some glass windows and my favorite modded decor, flower boxes and window shutters. Now the house walls are really decorated, but I kind of haven't left any space for lanterns, so I'm going to use a little build hack. We put a fence gate here and then a lantern on top of it, and I think that looks kind of cool. And on the inside we have all of this space that we can decorate to make this a beautiful Failuresaurus home. I don't know what a Failuresaurus likes. Maybe it likes being a failure. I'm just gonna add a bunch of coarse dirt in the floor and spam a couple leaves. But most importantly, we need to add a fence here so the Failuresaurus cannot kill us. And I think this is a cute little habitat. Now we just need to get that creepy creature to follow me over there. Hello there, sneaky snake. Your name is gonna be Mr. Creepy. Look at this guy, he's missing an eye. Ah, good dinosaur. Ow, yow, 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 yow. And you are trapped here forever. Oh, you can climb. This is bad. Go. Oh no. Why did I get an advancement for punching it? And why is it raining now? I just have to close the door and then we're gonna be fine. Door. No. Door. And leave. He drew 100 for 100 days and he's above me. He literally drew a 100 into the ground. I'm leaving that there. And then I also have to clean up the slime trail. But having that guy in an enclosure means I now have an infinite slime farm, which is pretty cool. And we can actually use slime to create a toy ball for the dinosaurs. Okay, I'm making a gray toy ball because I don't have any colorful wool. I'm gonna see if my dinosaurs want to play with that. Hello, Mr. Fingernails. I mean, Timmy. You want to play with this? He's just in the walls. He does not care about the ball. Maybe the T-Rex wants to play with the ball. Whoa. I think he played with it. Wait, that's so cool. Wait, I can also push it around. I'm just gonna leave this here. This guy can play with it. Also, look at Priscilla. She's grown up so much already. So many cute rah-rahs. Wait, that reminds me. I still need to hatch these cute rah-rahs. And I think I'm just gonna go ahead and hatch them in the greenhouse itself. These are going to be flying creatures. Yay! Whoa, it's so tiny. Yay, hello. Oh, it eats meat. I thought it would eat fish. It's day 369. Nice. And I have some meat for you guys. Yay, they're eating from the feeder. Now we need 2 names with a D for these tiny little things. I'm gonna name them Diana and Daphne. So let's also quickly check on the other dinosaurs, and we need to be sure to never leave this door open, otherwise they're gonna kill each other. Hi, cutie little guy. Whoa. Oh, I think I just tamed it. That's perfect. And then let's see what the other ones are doing over here. Oh, it's sleeping over there. He's so cute and yet so creepy. Now the greenhouse is full of dinosaurs, and I'm gonna check on them later to see how they look like once they've grown up. I have so many dinosaurs already, but there's one that I really want that is going to allow me to fly on the dinosaur, because I can already fly with Elytra, but flying on a dinosaur is way cooler, so I want this dinosaur. I need to get lucky and find the DNA of that creature. I'm gonna shovel so much dirt so I can soar through the skies on a giant dinosaur bird thing. Every day I'm shoveling. If anybody asks who wrecked this entire landscape, it definitely wasn't me. And now look at this, 2 shulker boxes full of dirt that we can feed to the sifter farm. And now we just have to wait for it to give me fossils. And while I wait, I need to go and feed all of my dinosaurs because I've been so busy getting new ones that I've neglected the ones I've already had. Archie was so hungry, he destroyed his enclosure. I'm really sorry, Archie. And since I had to wait a long time to get fossils, I also decided to expand my storage because I keep running out of space. On the next day, my entire storage was organized, and I decided to decorate the new part of my base with ancient pottery that I also got from the sifter farm. And now this whole place is literally full of these things. But I think it adds to the prehistoric vibe. On the next day, I checked on my greenhouse dinosaurs, and they actually started growing. Now they're actually big birds. And dude, and this guy wants to eat me. Oh, the feeder is empty, that's why. Oh, it's right there. Yes, just eat! No. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. It's such a tiny little bird and it wants to kill me so bad. Dude, no. Well, that was fun. Let's check on the sifter farm and see how much we have. 4 fossils here. Okay, we got 11 in total. That's not a lot. This is going very slowly, but I don't want to sit around and wait. Maybe we get lucky and get the DNA from these 9 fossils. And if we don't, I'm gonna have to go caving. We need to get this one right here, the Quetzalcoatlus whatever, and we're getting Nautilus DNA. So to the caves we go. I need to fly around until I find a nice big cave. Hello. Ow. Okay, that cave sucked. Let's find a different one. Ooh, it's a dripstone cave. Nah. I'm a picky caver, okay? This feels like a horrible cave, but I'm gonna get all of the fossils out of the wall. Come here, little fossils. Cute. I just got a weird message in chat that my comms hook whatever dinosaur they just killed each other, and I'm far away from home. What the heck? I think those were the greenhouse dinosaurs. Well, now we only have one of them left. Lava. Yay, I found a random waystone, so I can just teleport home when I don't want to go caving anymore. But first, I actually have to start going caving because I keep just going in, saying ew, and then leaving again. Ew. I'm leaving again. We're probably gonna get GTA 6 before I find a good cave. I have found it. I have found the cave. The fossils are mine. I'm gonna set up a waystone here in case I die. Ooh, geode. I don't care, I want fossil. I got over a stack of fossils. I think I want to leave before it gets too creepy. Now we need my paleontology pick, but I also noticed it only has fortune 2. And I do have a fortune 3 villager. 32 emeralds. Scammer. I guess I have to sell more carrots and potatoes again. Take my money, you evil scammer person villager. He smells. Fortune 3 paleontology pickaxe. And now I'm gonna mine all of these fossils, and I'm better be getting actual dinosaur fossils. Yes, I'm getting them. I got almost a whole stack of dinosaur fossils from that, and a whole bunch of weird dinosaur claw things. Let's put these in the analyzer. And of course, the sifter farm is still going, which means we get even more fossils. Guys, there is actually no way this just happened. I walk in here casually checking my fossils, and guess what? I got 2 of them! I got 2 of the DNA. I just got it. Well, that was easy. It is bird time. I have to wait for this to finish patiently. Is it done yet? No. Okay, but it has to be done now, right? No. I am very patient. Okay, but is it done yet? No, it's not. It is done. Let's place this down. Oh, it's a big egg. This is gonna be a big bird. Also, I'm trying to learn how to say the name. It's Quetzalcoatlus. Probably not, but also dinosaur. Whoa, we got it! I am holding the bird. It's a female and it's not tamed. I need to think of a name with a Q. I think I will just name her the Queen of Birds. So she's gonna be the queen. Look at how cute she is. Yeah, just eat from the feeder. Oh, look at her. Good queen. Yes, and now I tamed her because I fed her. Now I can use an arrow to tell her to stay. Oh, she just flopped down on the ground. But she should also be grown up already, so I can ride her. I'm going to make some chicken essence, which is going to speed up the aging process. So we just feed it to this bird again and again. How am I going to get her out of this house? I'm going to have to open the walls. Yes, good bird. Let's make her grow up more and more And more. Whoa, she's sitting. Oh my gosh, she is giant. I think now she's fully grown. I need to find out if I can ride her already. Dude, I should make her follow me so she doesn't fly away. What? Oh, she teleported into my house. Let's see if she's fully grown yet. Yes, she is. Whoa. We're flying. We're actually flying. We're flying on a big bird. Whee! Let's fly through here. Ow, I flew in the wall. This is the best thing ever. And it's even funnier, we can literally just stop mid-air. She's just flying on the spot. I could do this all day, but what we actually need is a castle for our queen. And in the meantime, I'm going to make her sit down over here. Nope, she's leaving. She just crashed on the fence, and now she's lying there. Okay, I guess that works. She's such a weird and cursed creature, and I love her with all that's left of my heart. And these guys want to kill me. We only have 20 days left to create a massive castle on this hill, so we better get started. I've freed up all of this space here, so now we just need all of the resources. And there's one resource I get a lot of because I keep getting a bunch of clay from the sifter farm. I've accumulated so much that I dedicated a whole chest to it, but of course I don't want to use the clay. I need to smelt them into bricks. I just need to get some lava from the nether, and then I'll be able to easily smelt all of this. Then I need to craft that into bricks, and I'm gonna need way more than a stack, more like 10 stacks. Another block that goes well with bricks is granite, so I'm also going to spend a bunch of time in the caves mining that out. Granite and bricks goes really well together with the color of sand, so my next task was acquiring 20 stacks of sandstone blocks. But there also wasn't a lot of sandstone left on that tiny island, so I went to a desert instead. I think this is perfect. There's a bunch of sandstone here, and I can just dig into the wall without any sand falling on my head. This is perfect. This is not perfect. There's lava. I mined out a giant tunnel and filled an entire shulker box with sandstone. I made even more furnaces, and I'm just gonna spam them on the wall of my house, because next to smelting bricks, I also need to smelt some of that sandstone into smooth sandstone. On the next day, I still didn't have enough bricks, so I started crafting up all of the other resources, which was followed by another day of intense resource grinding, followed by yet another day of grinding. I stole every single book out of this library, and I also took a little sleigh break from all the grinding. You saw nothing. But on the next day, I just had to gather one more thing, which was mangrove roots, and now I have 4 shulker boxes full of resources, which means it's castle time. I spent the whole day placing sandstone, creating the layout of the castle, and this is gonna be the size of it, so it's not super mega giant, but big enough to fit a giant bird thing. On day 389, I continued placing more sandstone, but this time upwards, creating the walls of the castle. Now we've got something like this. We got a bunch of windows and then 2 big entrances, and I need to check if that bird can actually fit through there. Let's fly, my bird. Come on, and yay! Ow! She's literally leaving. Nope. Oh, she's coming back down. Yay! Did you just crash land? Hello. Aw, the way she's looking through the window. Speaking of windows, we also need to decorate those, and I'm gonna use a bunch of spruce wood to create a nice frame around them, and then connect it all together with stairs and slabs. And I think this looks really cool, so now I just have to do it on all of the other sides. On day 390, I decorated all of the walls, and this bird likes it too, but she's also stuck on the wall. And then I also need to decorate the entrance of this castle using more spruce wood. Now this looks cool, and the best thing is that we now have a balcony, and we can shout at our neighbors. The problem is the only neighbor in front of this castle is Daisy, and I don't want to yell at her because she's so cute. I love you, Daisy. On the next day, it was time to build up the 4 towers on every corner of the castle, but I also added in a couple birch planks because it kind of matches the sandstone. The tower is already very tall and looking really cool, but it's still missing a roof, and this is where all of the bricks and granite that I got come in, because they're going to be the blocks that all of the roofs are going to be made from. And I think I'm actually really proud of this tower. We can also add some flowers into the flower boxes, and then I just have to build that exact same tower 3 more times. Yay. Also, these guys are here. Sleigh break! Please perish. Wait, I have a dumb idea. Come on, pillager, hit Timmy. Yes. Now Timmy is mad. Yes, good Timmy! Anyway, back to the towers. Now tower number 2 is done, number 3 is done too, and now I have all 4 of the towers, but they're not going to be the highest point in the castle, and the next thing we need to work on is connecting all of these middle parts together. I made this tiny little roof going up from the walls, and now we just have to place brick blocks all over the place until we filled this entire area. Now you know why I needed so many bricks. I placed that wrong. But I left out the middle part because we have to go up with more blocks, and then we can create another building on top of here. Also, there are going to be more towers. It never ends. This castle is just getting bigger and bigger, and we only have 7 days left. I'm not panicking, you're panicking. I've literally been doing so much building, and now we have another house thing on top of this with a beautiful round window, and I want to see if I can fly through that with a bird. Okay, let's see if we can squeeze through there. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. No! Yes! Yay, we fit through the window! Barely while smacking our heads, but we fit. Ooh, there's a creeper down there. Go away. And now the bird is just down there, stuck on the ceiling, looking like a weird moth. I'm gonna keep building my castle because I have 3 more towers to add to it. It's so much work, but it's going to be worth it. Now we've got a big tower on this side, which of course means we're also building another one on the other side. But hey, this is still not big enough for me, so I'm going to add another tower. This is the last one, I swear. Unless... Just kidding, it's the last one. Now we've reached the highest point in the castle, and this is what it looks like. Look at this majestic structure. I think there's one more thing this place needs. I'm gonna spam leaves everywhere. Now the leaves are leafing, the bird is birding, and the exterior of the castle is finally complete, which means now it's time to do the interior and decorate all of these rooms here, starting with a proper living space for this bird. She likes to just lie on the ground, so I'm going to build her an actual nest using mangrove roots. I'm not sure if I'm ever going to get her to lay down in the nest, but now it exists. Maybe I can just lay down in the nest. I'm a little bird. Caw-caw! Yay, she's in the nest! This is so cute. Then she's also gonna get all of the dinosaur essentials like the feeder and this dinosaur toy, a scratching post, and of course now we also have the toy ball that we can push around. I don't know if she's ever going to do it, but I'm gonna play with it for sure. But then next to the bird's home, we still have all of this space here, and I actually want to dedicate that to the dragon egg, which I got in the last 100 days, alongside this really cool glowing waystone, and then we can place the egg on top of it. Oh yeah, that looks so cool. And then the area around the egg can be dedicated to studying and reading. So we're going to have walls of bookshelves. I can't sleep because there are monsters nearby. I have a feeling they're in my walls. Ah! Oh, they are in my walls. I'm just gonna ignore that and keep building the library. We're also going to need a bunch of tables over here, and then these cute little spruce chairs. And on the tables, these really cool candelabras. I set fire to the table. I was gonna do this much better. Unless arson. And then of course my latest decor obsession, all of these cool stacked books. And now when you walk in here, we have this giant detailed library, and the dragon egg finally has a home, and so does this cute little bird. Now I just need to display her dinosaur skeleton on the castle. There it is, so let's make it grow. It's just there watching with its thin long neck. It's very creepy, but also the castle is so cool. Then I spent the next day working on a path connecting the castle to the rest of my base, and then I spent the day after that decorating it all. And now we have this really cool entrance to the castle. But today is day 400, the last day in this beautiful world. Ugh, there's a fingernail guy behind me. And in these last 100 days, we added so many new enclosures, and my dinosaurs keep escaping from them. Cute! They're having a little play date. Okay, you can stay here, it's okay. I also want to check on all of the creatures in the greenhouse, because look, they are finally fully grown. Oh, this guy is creepy. Look at this creepy bird up there. Oh, and there's another one. And then these guys over here who still want to kill me, so I'm gonna leave. And then the other guy who's always sleeping in the leaves. We also got the T-Rex who's just staring at the wall. And of course Timmy with his long fingernails standing in the corner. I love you, Timmy. You're creepy. He's creepy. But then of course my favorite build, the giant castle, home to the Queen of Birds. I had so much fun in this world creating a giant base for so many cool dinosaurs and other prehistoric creatures. And I hope you enjoyed it too. I'll see you next time. Rawr!